Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from Vienna, Austria, what do you want to talk about? Smackdown from the 8th of December 2023. That's what we're talking about today. This week's episode was based on tribute to the troops. Yeah, and it's the troops of America, the soldiers and all that, patriots, yada yada yada. This week's episode was, a celebration for the United States Army. That's what it was. Was this themed upon, right? Yeah, and it was a great show. To my surprise, it's the first SmackDown show I've watched in I don't know how many years. I don't know. I've watched some, but it's the first episode fully. It's the first WWE SmackDown episode that I watched in a very long time, and it was actually really good. The Triple H creative is actually, it's really good. It's really good. 2 hours, the show just coasted through like it's nothing. That's what I like. Really, really good. Gave me those Triple H NXT vibes, man. Just a short wrestling show, but then full of all the good stuff. Yeah. So we had a promo from CM Punk. And we also got a tag team match with LA Knight versus Jey Uso and Solo Sikoa in the main event. We also had Cody Rhodes in the show. And we had clips from the previous tribute to the troops shows from the previous past. Wish I could show you those images showcasing, from the 2000, 2004, 2005, 2006, 1999. You'd see guys like Eddie Guerrero, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, The Great Khali, Shad Gaspard, the late Shad Gaspard. Like seeing these icons with soldiers, and those pictures were taken in Iraq. Like these WWE guys went to Iraq where these soldiers were, and they made shows for these United States patriots or whatever. Made me feel like an American. So it was a great show. And the show started with a performance, from I don't know if it's a husband and a wife, a girlfriend, boyfriend, or whatever. Like they sang the United States national anthem at the start of the show, and it was beautiful. I don't like the song, but it's beautiful. The performance. They say this couple won Grammys or whatever. I don't know, the guy and the woman. They actually can sing. The guy's playing the piano, and the woman is singing. So it was really beautiful, really beautiful. So yeah, to all my 7 viewers, let's get straight into the review. Get those subscribes in, and please like and comment. Like and comment as we are going through some of the best reactions and reviews of pro wrestling on the IWC, right? So we had the SmackDown show at the Amica Mutual Pavilion, Providence, Rhode Island. That's where SmackDown was held. And then we had Michael Cole and Kevin Patrick and JBL in the commentary. Mike Rome as the ring announcer. So we had the performance from from the 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 the, the what's this man and woman who sang the song. So I don't know who they are, but amazing performance. They actually put a lot of stock into this show to have them perform. You know, it's amazing. So the first match gave me those Triple H NXT vibes. You know, just if you didn't know who these guys are or whatever, you don't care. It was actually a good TV match. Good TV match. It was a match between Santos Escobar and Dragon Lee in a first round match for the United States Championship, right? For the number one contenders. Like there's a United States Championship tournament which features like eight. Is it 8 men? I forgot how many men. It has a number of men in there, and this was one of the qualifying matches in the tournament. And the winner gets to face Logan Paul whenever. So this was the first match. I had no idea about this because I haven't been following WWE. So seems like it's a uh, very good matches up ahead, you know. So it's Santos Escobar and Dragon Lee with the first match of the United States Championship. Oh, these are the pictures from the performance. As you can see, and they got a standing ovation from the soldiers. So Santos Escobar made his entrance, got an entrance from Dragon Lee, amazing luchadors. And Dominic Mysterio's Ray's son came out with the North American Championship. I didn't know what that was for, but I don't watch NXT, so Dominic came out for ringside. And then now we had a match between Santos Escobar and Dragon Lee. And Dominic Mysterio was watching this from the ringside area, right? We have Lee ducking a clothesline from Escobar. Lee had 2 haymakers, and then Lee kicked Escobar in the face. Lee clotheslines Escobar over the top rope. Lee with a head scissors takeover. Lee with a somersault plunger. Lee rolls Escobar back into the ring. Lee hits a slingshot Hurricane Rana combination cabron, and then Lee also super kicks Escobar for a 2 count. And then Lee slaps Escobar in the chest. He repeatedly kicks the left hamstring of Escobar. Escobar swats Lee out of mid-air. Escobar with a draping neck breaker for a 2 count. And then Lee talks smack to Lee, and then Escobar headbutts Lee. Escobar hits Lee with a kick in the chest, but then Lee launches Escobar over the top rope, and then Lee with a straight right hand. Escobar catches Lee mid-air. Escobar powerbombs Lee on the ring apron, and Escobar has complete control of the match during the commercial break, right? And then in the final stages of the match, Lee flips over a clothesline from Escobar. Lee with a sit out power bomb for a 2 count. Lee with a stunning knee strike. Lee rolls Escobar back into the ring. Lee talks smack to Dominic Mysterio. Lee kicks the top turnbuckle pad into Escobar's face. Escobar sweeps out the leg of Lee, and then Escobar connects with the Phantom Driver to pick up the victory. After the match, Dominic Mysterio went over and stood tall over Dragon Lee. So like Dominic was standing over Dragon Lee to sort of show some dominance over him or whatever. So Escobar continues in the tournament in the next round, and this is actually an exciting tournament of matches. And then now we had the American Nightmare. Whoa! We got two of those today on the show. His song is just amazing. Cody Rhodes is just over, man. Uh, he's like the biggest baby face they have there. Every time he comes out, I mock out. I mock out, and you know, I just can't get enough saying the war chants. Every time when it hits that part, you just have to say it with the crowd, right? So we got a video recap before that. We got a video recap. We got a video recap of Randy Orton signing his blue brand contract last week, and he paid his fine to Nick Aldis. He didn't need saving from LA Knight. There was an extra $50,000 added to the check for Nick Aldis, and he said he gave him an extra $50,000 in case he RKOs him again the next time. So that was funny. We had Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, coming out to a very loud ovation. Cody Rhodes is just over right now. So Cody Rhodes, he cuts a promo, basically talks about the troops and all that, trying to pay homage. They had to use him to, spread the goodwill of the soldiers, and he introduced a video package which was a tribute to the troops and all that. So here's what he said in his promo. He said, "So Providence, what do you want to talk about? I know what we should talk about. Tonight is a special night, which is why I asked to be here. Not only is it Friday Night Smackdown, tonight is WWE's tribute to the troops. I'm very proud to be on this team, carrying on this tradition. This is the 21st anniversary. On behalf of all of us at WWE, we would like to say thanks to your service members in the attendance tonight. And of course, for all those watching at home around the world, thank you. Now, let's take a look at the history of this great tradition. The American Nightmare can stand." Oh, we had the video package. And then he says, after the video package, he says, "The American Nightmare can stand in this spotlight. The American Nightmare can stand in this spotlight. The American Nightmare can stand in this spotlight. And the American dream can be resolute throughout the world because of your service. Thank you all very, very much. And before I go, it's my privilege to do one more thing. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, just catching my neck saliva there. Thank you very, very much. And before I go, it's my privilege to do one more thing. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Fort Myer, Virginia, the United States Army drill team. We have this the drill team is these guys who are soldiers and stuff. These guys who are soldiers, they come out and they what they do is, these guys, they have these, I don't know if they're real guns or whatever. They have guns, and then they'll be doing this with their hands. The guns are spinning around. They don't even fall. Just playing around with the guns with one hand, two hands, You know, like, oh, that was just a side for that was just something. So that's their drill team. Didn't know that this is a drill team. So and then we had another match in the United States Championship number one's contenders tournament between a very interesting match. This was this. Oh goodness, this can be a big pay-per-view match between Karrion Kross and Bobby Lashley. You know, I just feel bad. I thought Karrion Kross was going to be pushed here, but somehow, I mean, it only made sense for Bobby to win because Bobby is a former soldier, is a former this and that. Like uh, everyone in the crowd was with Bobby, and I wanted Karrion to win because he has. They haven't done anything with Karrion Kross because he's a very big investment rating over there. Um, Hopefully, this is part of storyline. Like he gets so frustrated with his run, then something happens because he deserves to be a main eventer. To be losing in matches like this is just. I heard in the commentary they were saying that he hasn't been around in like forever, so this is just disappointing. So, but yeah, the right man won to for the crowd to go home happy. Bobby won. Um, so in the ending stages of the match, we had Lashley steps cross into the turnbuckles. Lashley with the two clotheslines. Lashley with the swing neck breaker. Lashley delivers the deadlift lift suplex. Lashley goes for a running power slam, but Cross lands back on his feet. Cross with a knee strike. Lashley then responds with a spine buster, and then Lashley connects with the spear. 1, 2, 3, picks up the victory. The crowd is happy. The soldiers are happy. Everyone's happy because like they were chanting Bobby, Bobby, Bobby. But you just have a feeling that Triple H might do something with him in the future. Karrion is just needs to be used. Doesn't need to be wasted. Doesn't need to be wasted. And then we had a segment, maybe a bathroom break, but I was actually interested in this one. No bathroom breaks here. It was a female segment where we had Damage Control and Bailey, blah blah blah. Like Damage Control was actually having a conversation with Bailey. Bailey saying that she had to come in last week, but then she won't interfere this week. She'll be well mannered. They shouldn't be worried about her, but they were like, nah, you stay at the back. So, finally, like Mussolini and Kennedy. Oh, the Street Profits came out to celebrate with Bobby Lashley. We had the best in the world, CM Punk. This was actually interesting. This was actually interesting. Finally he referenced the AEW. I mean they reference AEW, but not it wasn't like all over the place. What he said something along the lines of, it's 2023. Who wants to work with someone who goes around punching people for no reason backstage? Actually, like after talking about Kevin Owens, if he's someone he wants to work with on Smackdown. So I was like, okay. I love Punk. He's actually the reason why I'm watching WWE. So, the hate towards him, it's like it's unjustified, and me stopping to watch AEW, I feel like it's a place. It's the environment. I mean, there are grown ups and legends, but feels like the boss doesn't even have the balls to um, control his workplace, you know. So it's just run by bunch of children, you know. So I mean, Punk looks like he's in a very nice place, and you know he's happy. Everyone's welcoming there, you know. Um, and what I like about this might be part of storyline. Like you might get the real, you know, don't give a fuck CM Punk who just says whatever he wants. But I mean, this is good character development, and what from what he said here, it branched out multiple stories for the next couple of years just by this promo alone. We have storylines for the next years, and he put him he sort of like inducted himself into the 2024 Royal Rumble, and immediately I was like, whoa, that might be the most watched Royal Rumble ever in history, you know, because now he's back and he was like he wants to finish his story. Cody also wants to finish his story. He mentioned Roman Reigns. He mentioned Kevin Owens. He mentioned Randy. He mentioned He put over LA Knight. Um, didn't want to talk about Seth Rollins. I mean, as expected, Seth and Punk are just um, mind games. So everyone just wants to see Punk and Rollins. That would be, I don't know, that would be out of this world. So I mean, CM Punk on the mic is just TV gold, just TV gold. Um, yeah. So we had a promo from CM Punk, and here's what he said: "I've got good news." Okay, wait. All right. I've got good news, ladies and gentlemen. It's the top of the 9 o'clock hour, and that means I'm not at the end of the show. I'm not going to let my time cut. You want to chant? Go ahead and chant. You guys do understand that Adam Pierce is the SmackDown general manager. Adam Pierce is, no, it's Raw manager. Sorry. Adam Pierce is trying to sign me to Monday Night Raw, right? I think they were a little bit louder on Raw, don't you? Like it's trying to rile up the crowd in the arena. No, that's the question of the hour I'm getting. CM Punk, now that you're back in the WWE, where are you going to sign? And I feel fortunate that I can take this journey with you all, because I'm partly going to leave it up to you. So, do you want me to sign and be a Monday Night Raw superstar? And the crowd starts chanting, no. I mean, obviously, they're on SmackDown and don't want him to be on SmackDown, even though it's one night. Come on. Um, Legit, I can't hear you. He's riling up the crowd. They say no. And it's like, do you want me to sign? Do you want me to sign? Do you want me to sign and be Friday night exclusive? The crowd goes, yeah. I mean, obviously they're on SmackDown. Do you want me to throw? And then here's when like everyone went crazy. Do you want me to throw 29 other superstars over the top rope and then climb this turnbuckle and point at the sign and main event WrestleMania? The crowd goes wild. I mean, now CM Punk has never main evented WrestleMania, so there's part of the story right there. He's never main evented WrestleMania. It's actually a big deal for him as a real person, not the character as well. I mean, even the character, but for him as well. I feel like Triple H might give him that. His money for him and them now, and to keep him happy, you know. He has to get that main eventing WrestleMania, and what a way to main event with uh whoa, whoa. Yeah, they were also chanting that in the crowd, Seth Rollins' theme. Um, and then he continues saying, an old friend of mine that welcomed me back home with open arms famously liked to come out here and say, what do you guys want to talk about? I'm famous for talking. It's it's kind of what I do. But I've also been listening. And I hear there's a few people that are a little bit upset. They don't like the happy-go-lucky CM Punk. They don't like the CM Punk says, hey, I love you guys. I'm home. I'm glad to be home. So I listen and I understand that. So allow me to turn this up to 11. Allow me to be that spicy CM Punk you all know and love. Allow me to get comfortable at home. This is me putting all my feet up on the couch, and my feet got a lot of mud all over them, ladies and gentlemen. So it's not what you want to talk about. It's who do you want me to talk about? Oh, that's when I was like, oh, okay. Talk about Tony. Talk about Tony. Tony Khan, AEW COO. Do you want me to talk about Cody Rhodes? I can tell you some stories, you know. Or you want me to talk about someone who's not here? By the sound of that, it seems like he's never here. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief. I acknowledge you. Congrats on all of your success. Don't forget who the OG Paul Heyman guy is there. I was like, oh, okay. OG Paul Heyman. Paul is now with Roman, and you know he's. Oh, the storyline is going to be legendary. Imagine Paul Heyman, who's with the tribal chief Roman now, and then meets with CM Punk, who's always been a CM Punk. Yo, can't wait. And then he says, don't forget that he was my wise man. He's telling Roman now. First, he was my wise man first. Now Roman might not be here, but his cousins are. Solo, big, tough son of a gun that I don't know. I'm familiar with his brother, Jimmy Uso. By the way, shout out to main event Jay Uso, who's over on Monday Night Raw. Had a banger main event with Seth on Monday Night Raw. I see you, Us. These are the things I have to wrestle with. Do I want to go over to Monday Night Raw and hang with Jay Uso? Or do you want me to stay on Smackdown and scrap with Jimmy Uso? But if I scrap with Jimmy Uso, Lordy, he has a lot of cousins. There's endless Samoans, right? So if I scrap with him, I'm going to need backup. They are in tag team action tonight. Can I trust a guy who I have history with, who has voices in his head? Can I tag with Randy Orton, or will I get along with him? You know, it'll be very entertaining either way, right? One guy I'm pretty positive that wouldn't tag with me is Randy's partner tonight, and his name is L.A. Knight. Yeah. And the crowd was like, L.A. Knight, yeah. So who else? Oh, someone said Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, that would be interesting. Kevin Owens, right? Can I tag with Kevin? Maybe I could fight Kevin Owens. Let's just pump up the brakes on that one for a second. Kevin is a little pricky. I mean, to say him and I were probably too much alike. I don't know if I could work with someone who enjoys randomly punching people in the face backstage. He said Kevin does it. Kuroko, in real life, he was the one who did it in AEW. I mean, it's 2023. That's what he says. It's 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, you just can't be doing stuff like that. That's insane. Everybody is happy to see CM Punk back. I mean, even JBL, everybody has welcomed me with open arms. Except for that one guy. There's always that one bad apple that spoils the bunch, right? I ain't going to put stock in anything he has to say. It's not because of his whiny voice, it's because he's not even the man in his household. That's all he's got. That song, the chant was counting. Whoa, whoa. That's all he's got to keep him going. That song. We are having fun. I'm so glad to be home on this journey with you all. We are going to find out exactly where I sign on Monday night. And I'm here to listen to you. I've heard you. I'm here to listen to Nick Aldis. Over the weekend, I got a call scheduled with Shawn Michaels. I'm going to talk to him about NXT. And then Monday night in Cleveland, I'm going to hear what Adam Pearce has to say. And I promise you, I'll make my decision then. Almost 10 years to the day in the same town I walked out of this place in. All of the men that I have mentioned today have one painful, glaring thing in common. And that CM Punk is back. And I'm going to throw a monkey wrench into their future plans and their future goals. Everybody wants to talk about finishing their story. I'm back to finish what I started. Monday night, I put pen to paper and begin my journey of finishing my story. And that means one thing: main eventing WrestleMania. So that was CM Punk's promo right there. His whole story is main eventing WrestleMania, which he has never done before, ever. So, it's actually feels good for him, and we'd want that to happen for Phil. Good old Phil, right? Yeah. So, and then we had a match with Charlotte Flair versus Asuka, a WrestleMania caliber match. We had interference from the girls with Charlotte attacking Damage Control, like taking them away from ringside, as you can see. And then we had the match with Asuka and Charlotte. It was a TV match. We are not getting a pay-per-view level quality match. We are not getting AEW level quality match. So, what's that now? Okay, here. I won't take too much on this match. It's it's a TV match. If they get time, they can have match for the ages. So we get a moonsault, the usual from Charlotte. We get moonsaults, we get kicks, and all that. Code breaker. And then we'll go to the closing stages of the match, right? Asuka with a sliding knee strike. Charlotte ducks. Clothesline from Asuka. Charlotte with a belly to back suplex into the ringside barricade. Charlotte delivers moonsault, as you saw. Asuka regains control of the match during the commercial break. Asuka with the clubbing mid kicks. Asuka super kicks Charlotte. Charlotte with the back breaker. Charlotte with the back breaker. Charlotte dives Asuka in the face. Drives Asuka's face into the middle turnbuckle pad. Charlotte limps around the ring. Starts limping around the ring. Yes, and then and then Charlotte applies the figure eight. Bailey attacks Charlotte behind the referee's back. Charlotte shoves Asuka to Bailey. Charlotte shoves Asuka to Bailey, like when Bailey was in the ropes, and then Asuka rolls Charlotte when she was distracted for a 1, 2, 3, and then Asuka just runs outside, and she got help from Bailey. Didn't even want Bailey there, but Bailey's happy that she assisted in that because she painfully wants to be part of the team, right? So we had a clip from the performers of the song earlier on. Then we had the main event. The package for the tribute to the troops was shown. And then, this is NXT vibes again. Next week, they show us that Roman Reigns will return after a while. Roman Reigns returning. That's good. And Kevin Owens will battle Austin Theory in the United States Championship tournament. And the main event, right? This was actually kind of interesting because, this was basically, Randy and LA Knight don't know each other very well. So they are a new tag team in a way. LA Knight is over. Randy is just now the big star on Smackdown. So this was a match where, like, you could see that the story is, can Randy, tag with LA Knight, and can LA Knight try to, hang with Randy's ego and all that. So get entrances from all these guys. Then Randy does his pose. And then in the final stages of the tag team match, because in the match you could see that Randy would tag himself in without LA Knight's approval, and they would fight. In the end stages of the match, Knight kicks Sikoa in the face. Knight drops Sikoa with a flying bulldog. Randy Orton and Jimmy are tagged in. Randy Orton and are tagged in. Orton and Jimmy are tagged in. Orton with 2 clotheslines. Orton knocks Sikoa off the apron. Knight with a wrecking ball drop kick. Orton ducks a clothesline from Jimmy. Orton power slams Jimmy. Jimmy pulls Orton out of the ring. Orton with a gut punch. Orton with a belly-to-belly suplex on the announce table. Orton hits the draping DDT. Orton hits the draping DDT. And then Sikoa attacks Orton from behind. And then Sikoa transitions into a ground and pound attack on Randy Orton. And then Knight with a DDT to Sikoa out of the ring. And then Knight blocks the super kick from Jey Uso. Knight wanted to hit his finishing move, but then Randy, intercepted it and hit the RKO to Jey Uso. Like, he basically took Knight away from his finishing move, and then Knight was surprised that, hey, that's what I would have done as well, And then LA Knight, yeah. LA Knight, yeah, with Randy won the match. And that's how the show went off the air. Yeah, great Monday Night Raw, Friday Night Smackdown show. My first in a long time. Really, really good show. Can't wait for next week. So, great show. And yeah, the WWE now, it's differently produced. It's actually watchable. Now that Triple H has control of things here. It's actually watchable. Trust me. So that's it. Thanks for the review. Starting from the next coming reviews and stuff, we'll go through reactions, tweets, and comments from other people regarding the shows. We'll read them out at the end of the shows to see how people reacted to the shows as well. So to all my 7 viewers now, rise and don't forget to like and subscribe and stay rising. Unscripted TV, we out.